Hey guys, my name's Mannequin. Welcome back to Remixing from Scratch. So, I know it's been a long time since I've done an episode of this, and part of the reason is I really don't want to work on this anymore. And the reason is because this actually is not my style. I started this and I kind of wanted to do a different style because I thought it'd be interesting and it'd be cool and I'd like it. I do like this part. This is very my vibe. However, in trying to make a drop that fit with it, the only idea I had in mind was this. Which is, in all honesty, I think that's terrible. So really, I'm not sure what direction I'm going to take this entire project now because at this point, normally what I do is I just ditch the track and I wouldn't really do anything beyond it, or I just delete all this stuff and then start from scratch by way of the drop. But for now, since I'm not quite sure what I want to do, and I kind of want to hear your guys' opinion, like, do you see this going to be something like it could be something great? Do you want me to continue it, or do you think I'd just be better off putting my videos towards something else? I'd like to hear your guys' feedback on that because honestly, like I said, I'm not liking this half of the track. So either I'm gonna have to like completely redo it, and I don't have ideas for what to do right here anyway. Or alternatively, I could just spend the time that I'm doing these videos here doing something else. So right now for this video, I think I'm just gonna kind of go through and start refining things. Just so we don't leave that bit untouched. Like I talked about how, I was going to make this transition more flushed out and make sure, everything just kind of sounds a little bit better. Like the last one I talked about the mix, and that was part of the reason I talked about the mix because I wasn't really liking how the drop was going, and I wasn't sure I was going to transition that or anything. So, but anyway, so essentially I'm just going to go through here and add a couple transitions and make sure everything flows a bit better for what we have. And I'm not sure exactly what I'll do beyond that. So this may end up a rather short episode, but really, like I said, I'd like to hear you guys' feedback. Do you want me to keep doing this? Do you want me to do a similar to this series, but a different track so that kind of get more variety? I actually have a remix that I'm over halfway through, and I could kind of like talk about what I did for that one, and then work through finishing off that one. Except for the one problem with that is I am using Synthmaster, which is not a free plugin. So anyway, I'd love to hear you guys' feedback, and I kind of want to figure out what you guys want me to do by way of that. That'd be great. Anyway, the one thing I want to do here straight out right off the bat is this transition. So it's nothing amazing there. It kind of transitions just because structurally it makes sense to do what I did, but at the same time there's nothing to build like to really smooth over the transition. So I'm going to I think I have in mind something to add here. Where was it? Here we go. EDM drums, and then crashes, and there was a reverse one in here that I kind of liked. This is it. Now, the thing you gotta be careful about here is, hold on a sec. Sorry about that. So the thing you have to be kind of careful about here is when I drag this one in, if we listen to it, oh, that looks funky. That looks kind of cool, actually. When you listen to it, hold on. Oops, I forgot to turn down the gain. That's gonna kill our ears in a second. -12, we'll drop it in. Okay, so that's about the right level, but the thing you gotta be careful about is if you notice here, it kind of just like starts. It doesn't really like fade in completely, it kind of just like starts here. It's almost an abrupt start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure out where that start is. It's about there. Yeah, somewhere around there. What the heck? Actually, it might start from the beginning. Could be wrong. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up the fade this in, and we're going to mess with curves here. So one of the things you could obviously do is just kind of fade it in like that, or you could actually bring it up across almost the entire thing, which will give it even smoother fade. So now the question is, do we want to curve it? I'm going to try curving it this direction so that's quieter for most of the time. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull the fade all the way to the end so it actually... So that's it's nowhere near as abrupt when we do that. Let's see here. Sweet. So that's what I wanted here, and now we're just going to do a couple things that I love to do with these. First of all, we're going to add a whole ton of reverb on this using my nifty trance reverb preset here. And, ow, sorry about that. So let's see here. So with this, now you'll notice that the thing about this reverb is it's very, very bright, and whenever I use it, it's often too bright. So I'm going to EQ this a little bit, just kind of loop this here, and then get the high end here. High end. Come on, do you not understand the meaning of high end? Okay. I forgot if I had the crossover right or not. Yeah, the crossover is right. Okay. You know what? I'll probably just filter it. Let's just filter it instead. Oh, wow. That made a big difference. Oh, the filter is on. Huh. Oh my. This is not turning out how I thought it would. Okay, so we'll just drop the EQ on because that sounded okay. So, and then from here, let's see what do we have. Of course, I forgot to turn on the actual sound. And now there's like no reverb that you can hear. Setting this to bus 2 here, because I know this has a good reverb on it. So that's a bit better. So yeah, I don't know how much this is doing now at this point. So that's at 6, and then pull that back up a little, I guess. Wow. Yeah. Yuck, I don't like the sound of that. That's just sounding weird. It's partially because because we're just running white noise through it. This particular reverb that I've set up for my trance stuff is best for super saws and some other things, but it's one of the things that's not really great for is white noise. I've tried this before with this one, and it doesn't sound that amazing. So we'll just probably... That one sounds okay. And then what we could do here is just add a stereo delay, give a whole ton of feedback here, 70, 70, and then we are going to cut the highs a little bit. Probably not too much. And then we'll just, I want to do a ping pong delay. Do I have one set up? I've forgotten. It's been so long since I've opened this project. I don't have a ping pong delay, so I'm not going to bother setting that up. Actually, you know what? Might as well. It's good to know how to set up a ping pong delay. Wait. Yeah, I don't have one. Okay, so just going to send this to bus 15, drop the stereo delay here, and this is how you set up a ping pong delay. So stop playing. So the first thing you want to do is, so with the ping pong delay, you have it so it bounces back and forth, alternating, and one is not faster than the other. So the thing about this one is this side is faster than this side, So you get this one kind of like doubles up on top of this one sometimes. It's not actually truly bouncing back and forth. So what we'll do here is, first of all, you have to decide how fast do you want it. And I actually want it to be this fast. So that means I need to have my delay for this delay to be this fast. So what I run is I have one side delayed this much completely, and then the other side I have no delay on. And then you have to turn the feedback off. This side is not doing anything, so the reason I just turned that down was so that people, don't think that this is doing anything. So anyway, and then you want that to be unaffected here. So right now what it sounds like is this. If we run it through here and just solo the delay, so it's like it basically just delays one side by this much. And nope, I think I did this wrong. Yeah, I did this wrong. Okay, so it needs to not be double. It needs to be half of what you want, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So I have this set as a 16th now, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it's 16th because that's 8th. And then throw a delay on here. Stereo delay. On this one, we're going to delay by the same amount. So this is double of this in length. And then now, if you listen, we'll hear, we could just turn up the feedback on this one because this is our actual delay. And keep in mind, though, that we will get a, right now, if we were to do this, we'd actually get a notable delay. So first you'd have, so you wouldn't really have the, so this would go through this one side would not be delayed, the other side would be delayed, and then this side would be delayed, and this side would be delayed even more. So what you get is this. So it bounces back and forth. Actually, that was set up correctly, I believe. Yeah. So then it just runs through here. And it could just be because my left ear is bugging me, or because it's actually happening, but I think the right side is... Oh, yeah, of course the right side is louder than the left side, because it ends up, in the end, it shifts over, as you can see in this waveform. That's kind of why it looks so cool. It shifts over, so at the end of this, the right side is louder than the left side, so it kind of sounds like it's balanced to the right side. Now, we could compensate, but I don't think I care that much. What I could do, actually, I think I'll just... Let's set the gain all the way to the right, make it mono, and then listen to what it sounds like. Okay, so now it's balanced between the two, because we just took this side. We're not doing anything with this side now. And then now to make it in stereo, just add my nifty sample delay trick, and set one side to, I don't know, something like 505. And that's there we go. And then we get it back in stereo. Except for it now sounds balanced, so I'll probably just go with this. And then what I do for this one, because actually the way I have the curve is not ideal, because this is already kind of curved that way. You can actually see it's very, very small for most of it, and then it kind of builds up quickly there. So I'm probably just going to pull the curve off here. Let's see what it sounds like without it. That sounds a bit more natural, so we'll go with this one. And then now the question is, do we want to add... I think I'm going to try to add some other reverb on here, because that'll give us a much nicer tail if I could get one that works. How much did that do? So I kind of smoothed it out, if you could tell. I could actually, because it's synthesized impulse response, I could actually turn up the length just by dragging that there, and it'll be even longer. And then I just have to turn up the volume here, and whoop-de-doo. So it's got a lot more of a tail. And then I'm going to turn down the amount of delay, because that's a lot of delay, and it kind of sounds a bit too prominent for what I want. There we go. So in the end, we ended up with this. So I just kind of ease it into it. One final thing I'm going to do before I wrap this up here is I'm going to pull down some of the high end here. Probably not that much. That trails off into it nicely, so I think we'll just stay with this. And then this one we already have the reverse vocals to kind of ease it in. Okay, I actually just got an idea kind of listening to this right now, and it's not an idea for what I could do, but it's actually kind of the opposite. Just save the project here, but I think, so this is pretty much wrapping up the video here, but I think what I'll do here is I will upload this project and just have it available for you guys to download, and then from there, I'd like to hear your guys' feedback on this by way of what you'd like to see. Like, okay, so we have the drop here, and we've kind of like deduced that this is meh. And so my suggestion is pull down the track and either take what I have or just, you know, separately make by yourself a drop and kind of, you know, give me your ideas, and either A, I'll take one of your ideas and then I'll just do my spin on it, or B, maybe we could do a collaborative track here. Now, no promises on how well this is going to work out. I have no idea if I'm going to get any responses for this, or how any of this stuff is going to turn out. The only thing I could guarantee you is that I've never done this before. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for this project because, like I said, this isn't my usual style. My style is always more upbeat. I'm this kind of chill style. The only time I do something like that is when I do a random progressive house sort of something that in the end it stays to the point to where it has no structure. It's just kind of like a developing house track that has no, you know, break or structure or drop or intro or anything like that. It just kind of like, I start off with a synthesizer and then I just add stuff and take stuff out, and it just kind of goes forever. So that's what happens whenever I try to do one of these. So that's kind of why I'm at a loss as to what to add. And then of course, like I said, the drop is just I'm not feeling it. So yeah, I really want your guys' feedback by way of that. So I apologize that I didn't do much in this. I did actually spend a lot more time than I usually do in videos on one particular thing, and that's because, like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so I'm kind of getting back into the groove of things, and I spent way too much time actually mixing this in and making sure it sounded right instead of just showing you a particular technique like I've done with a lot of other stuff. So this ended up being a 20-minute video, and I apologize for that because typically this is supposed to be shorter than the others. But whatever. I'm not going to cut anything out because I told you. Well, I am going to cut out when I, got interrupted there. But anyway, so yeah, sorry about all the talking. It's not supposed to be as much talking as I usually do in this one. But like I said, I'm really at a loss as to what to do with this one. And at this point, normally I would actually have ditched this project by now if I were just normally working on this for my own, personal stuff to make a track. So I really want to hear your guys' feedback and what you think. Do you think I should keep doing this and just try something else? Or do you think I should just do this sort of, remixing from scratch with a different track and then just do what my style usually is? Or do you think I should, just not do the remixing from scratch anymore because they're kind of, they're a bit too, I don't know, they take forever to go through and do stuff. So yeah, give me your opinions. I really want to know. And anyway, I should end this here before I keep talking. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.